This is how to sow and grow peas. Now, peas is always a really rewarding crop to grow. Basically, it's usually one of the first things that you'll start harvesting from the garden in early spring, which is brilliant. Now, you've got your conventional garden pea, you've got your Mange 2, and you've got your sugar snaps, but the method and the timing is basically the same for all of them. So you've got a number of different growth habits as well, everything from really tiny dwarfs, which are perfect for containers. You've got semi-dwarf plants that are only going to get to about 45 centimeters high, and they're not going to require really any support. And then you've got big rambling vines that are going to get several meters tall and are definitely going to require support. So you've got something for every type of garden. Now, you've got two ways that you can approach peas. You can sow them directly where you want them in the garden, but you can really only do that as long as you are absolutely sure you have no risk of mice whatsoever. I know that for me, that's not an option. I've tried it and I didn't get a single pea plant. The mice dug out every single pea and they are fantastic at finding them, trust me. The other thing to bear in mind as well is that pigeons love baby pea plants. Just as we love pea shoot microgreens, so do the pigeons. So until your plants get a little bit bigger, you're going to want to protect them if they're outside. Alternatively, you can start them inside, and they are really great to start early on indoors in an unheated greenhouse. And that way, you know that you're planting out slightly more mature plants that are not at risk of mice or pigeons. Now, the thing to bear in mind with peas is that they grow quite fast, and then very quickly they will start vining, so they'll start tangling around each other. And that means that it can be a bit tricky if you want to sow them in individual module trays, because they'll just tangle around each other and it's a nightmare trying to get them apart to plant them out. So a much easier way is to sow them in drain pipes. Now, you can start your peas anytime from about January onwards all the way through till midsummer, June kind of time. And you can keep succession sowing as well if you want to extend your harvest period. Now, to sow in a drain pipe, you are just getting an old disused drain pipe. You may well have some of these lying around anyway. Something that's fallen off the side of a house is perfect. So fill your drain pipe with compost to about 1 centimetre below the rim so that you've got enough room to water it. And take your peas, and you can sow peas fairly close together because they are going to tangle around each other anyway. So you might as well really bunch them up and get a lot of crop in a small area. So I sow my peas about 7.5 centimeters to 10 centimeters apart in a diagonal pattern all the way down the drain pipe. So once you've done that, just make sure that they're covered with compost and leave them, and they should germinate fairly quickly, probably start popping up within a week or so. Now, all you're going to do with your drain pipe is take it to the area you want to plant it out, put it into position on a slope, and you can slide your peas out of it and along into the position you want them. It's as easy as that, much easier than trying to take them individually out of a module tray and plant them out. And they're fairly frost hardy as well, so you don't have to worry about planting them out after a last frost date. You can get these out nice and early, which is why they're one of the first things you get to start eating. Make sure if it's a variety that climbs, you're giving it support wherever you're planting it out. And then you should start eating peas within about 3 months after sowing. So if you want to give growing peas a try, check out our seed range on shegrowsveg.com.